Normalcy in global shipping extends beyond mere physical return of vessels to routes. It is fundamentally characterized by the presence of predictable risk across all operations. Reliable schedules are a key indicator, ensuring timely arrivals and departures. Stable costs contribute to normalcy, allowing for consistent financial planning and operation. Consistent behavior from all entities influencing shipping routes is also crucial. These combined factors define a truly normal and efficient global shipping environment. Resumption of physical ship movements through the Suez Canal does not guarantee full market recovery. Financial metrics, such as shipping costs and insurance premiums, may remain elevated. Operational metrics, including transit times and supply chain reliability, could still be unpredictable. The pre-disruption predictability of these metrics may not be immediately restored. This indicates that true normalization extends beyond physical activity to financial and operational stability. Major shipping carriers are resuming Red Sea and Trans-Suez routing. This follows an extended period of rerouting around the Cape of Good Hope. The return signifies a shift in global maritime logistics and risk assessment. Carriers are currently testing and announcing limited returns to these key waterways. The security situation in the region is dynamic, constantly generating new warnings and uncertainties. These evolving threats complicate the process of assessing viability for various operations. Accurate assessment of route safety is particularly challenging due to these factors. New threat indicators emerge frequently, requiring continuous monitoring and analysis. The cumulative effect of these uncertainties hinders effective planning and decision-making. When ships detour around Africa via the Cape of Good Hope, voyages are considerably lengthened. This extended route directly impacts the efficiency of global shipping operations. Longer travel times mean fewer trips can be completed within a given period. This reduction in completed trips directly consumes effective shipping capacity. It is analogous to a fleet of trucks making fewer deliveries due to extended routes. The overall logistical throughput is diminished, affecting supply chains and delivery schedules. When ships revert to shorter routes, such as the Suez Canal, each individual voyage becomes shorter. This reduction in travel time per trip has a significant impact on overall shipping capacity. The existing fleet of vessels can complete more voyages within the same operational timeframe. This efficiency gain effectively creates additional shipping capacity in the market. Crucially, this increase in capacity occurs without the need for adding new ships to the fleet. Shortening a shipping route, such as returning to Suez, has significant global implications. It does more than just reduce geographical distance for maritime transport. Such changes fundamentally alter the intricate balance between shipping, supply, and demand. This shift can lead to cascading effects across global trade and logistics networks. Shifts in supply and demand significantly impact various aspects of the shipping industry. These changes directly influence freight rates, affecting the cost of transporting goods. Contractual agreements between shippers and carriers are also subject to modification. Port congestion levels can increase or decrease, impacting operational efficiency and timeline. Furthermore, insurance pricing and labor risks for onboard crews are also affected by these shifts. The Suez Canal is a vital global shipping artery, connecting east and west. Recent disruptions have raised questions about its reliability for maritime trade. Industry observers are focused on more than just the physical return of ships. The key concern is whether the route can be re-established as a low-risk passage. This involves the entire logistical and financial system pricing the route as routine. Re-establishing confidence is crucial for global supply chain stability and economic efficiency. The Suez Canal is a critical maritime shortcut connecting major global trade routes. From a scheduler's perspective, it acts as a compression machine for shipping. It significantly reduces travel distances between Asia and Europe. The canal also shortens routes from Asia to parts of the U.S. East Coast. The modern container shipping system operates on a complex network of schedules and logistics. It integrates various components, including vessel sizes and port crane operations. Key elements like weekly service commitments and contractual agreements are fundamental to its structure. This entire system is designed with a core assumption of consistent availability and usability. The efficient functioning of global trade relies on this integrated and reliable shipping infrastructure. The Red Sea region became a high-risk zone for maritime shipping. This development posed significant threats to global trade and supply chains. Shipping carriers were forced to implement immediate route route adjustments. These changes were not merely diversions, but fundamental reconfigurations of established paths. The entire geometry of global shipping routes underwent a significant alteration. This strategic shift aimed to mitigate risks and ensure continuity of goods transport. The Cape of Good Hope route is not a simple alternative to the Suez Canal for shipping. Its adoption introduces significant and cascading changes throughout the entire logistics process. This includes altered transit times, fuel consumption, and operational costs for vessels. Supply chain planning, inventory management, and delivery schedules are all impacted. The shift necessitates comprehensive adjustments across all downstream logistics operations. The Cape route significantly extends transit times for maritime shipping. This extended duration can lead to an increase in fuel consumption. Variable weather and sea conditions introduce heightened uncertainty. These factors collectively impact logistics and operational planning. Altered shipping routes directly impact bunkering locations for vessels. Natural relay ports are redefined, changing traditional transshipment points. Container arrival times are modified, affecting subsequent logistics planning. These changes influence rail and truck transport schedules and warehouse inventory requirements. Longer shipping routes directly impact the supply chain, increasing transit times for goods. Importers must maintain higher inventory levels to mitigate delays and ensure continuous supply. This necessity ties up more capital and inventory, leading to increased holding costs. These elevated inventory costs are ultimately incorporated into the final product pricing. Consumers bear these additional costs, even if specific shipping route issues are not explicitly stated. The Suez Canal serves as a critical shortcut for global maritime trade. Its efficiency is not solely determined by the canal's physical infrastructure. The functionality of the Suez shortcut is also deeply linked to surrounding maritime choke points. These choke points are narrow passages that control access to major sea lanes. Their stability and predictability are crucial for uninterrupted shipping. Disruptions at these points can severely impact global supply chains. Even if the Suez Canal is clear, effective utilization of the Suez Canal relies on secure and predictable maritime approaches. Confidence in these approach corridors is crucial for continuous and efficient passage. The primary corridors feeding into the Suez Canal are the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. Navigational predictability through these regions is essential for global shipping. Ensuring safe passage in these areas directly impacts the Suez Canal's operational effectiveness. Reliable Suez transit is crucial for global shipping operations. This reliability depends on the ability to adequately staff ships. Crew members must not be required to accept unacceptable risk premium. These risk premiums are often deemed unacceptable by their families. This highlights the critical need for perceived safety during transit. Ensuring crew safety perception is vital for maintaining transit efficiency. Insurers must assess risks to price policies accurately, such as for the Suez Canal route. For routine occurrences, pricing requires a stable and low-risk environment. This stability is crucial for predicting potential incidents and their costs. A predictable environment allows for the establishment of consistent premium rates. Conversely, increased risk or instability leads to higher, less predictable premiums. The Suez Canal is a critical global shipping lane, vital for international trade and economic stability. Maintaining the stability of the Suez route is crucial to prevent disruptions to global shipping operations. Naval forces play a key role in ensuring security and preventing escalation in the region. Coastal states also contribute significantly by containing potential conflicts and threats. Effective cooperation between navies and coastal states is essential for safeguarding this vital waterway. The Suez Canal serves as a critical global shipping shortcut. Its viability depends on multiple interconnected factors. These factors include security, crew safety, and reliable insurance. Naval stability within the region is also a crucial component. If any single component becomes unreliable, the Suez route's appeal diminishes. This renders the Suez shortcut an optional or undesirable shipping path. Even during periods of relative calm, the global shipping industry faces inherent risks. The geographical landscape itself contains elements that can trigger disruptions in maritime trade. These geographical factors are a constant concern for the shipping industry. Such disruptions are generally undesirable due to their impact on logistics and costs. The container shipping system operates as a precisely timed and interconnected machine. It is not a collection of isolated vessels, but a highly integrated logistics network. Operations are structured around consistent weekly loops, ensuring regularity. Vessels adhere to fixed port calls, optimizing efficiency and cargo flow. Ocean carriers provide more than just transportation services for goods. Their core product is the promise of rhythmic and predictable delivery schedules. Contracts are often based on an arrival week rather than flexible timing. This emphasizes the importance of schedule integrity in their offerings. When carriers diverted routes, they initiated a comprehensive re-optimization of their operational networks. This re-optimization was essential to adapt to new logistical challenges, such as longer voyages around Africa. Key strategies included adding more ships to maintain service capacity and reliability. They also extended rotation schedules to accommodate the increased transit times. Port sequences were adjusted to ensure continued weekly frequency and efficient cargo flow. Adjustments in shipping logistics can significantly impact port operations and efficiency. Increased traffic due to these changes can transform certain ports into critical bottlenecks. Conversely, other ports may benefit from altered shipping patterns, experiencing increased activity. These beneficiaries emerge as winners in the new routing scheme, gaining strategic advantage. Shippers adapted to altered transportation routes by developing new logistical habits. This involved rerouting rail movements to navigate changed network conditions. Distribution plans were modified to accommodate the new shipping pathways. Manufacturing buffers were sometimes shifted to align with revised supply chains. Additionally, shippers began utilizing different gateways for goods transit. The adaptation creates a transition world for ships returning to Suez. This phase is a deliberate step, not an immediate return to prior operations. It serves as an intermediary period in maritime logistics. However, this transition phase is inherently susceptible to delays. It also introduces inefficiencies into the operational flow. The period, 3 months after a partial Suez Canal return, presents significant logistical complexities. Some network segments are still routed via the Cape of Good Hope, while others use the Suez Canal. This dual routing strategy creates conflicting plans within the shipping network. The conflict leads to unpredictable port arrivals, disrupting schedules and operations. Consequently, this situation results in increased port congestion and operational inefficiencies. The global logistics network requires constant balancing of empty containers and chassis. These essential assets are crucial for efficient cargo movement worldwide. Longer shipping routes significantly alter the distribution of these empty units. Such routes lead to areas where empty containers and chassis accumulate. Conversely, other regions experience scarcity due to these extended transit times. Effective repositioning strategies are vital to mitigate imbalances and maintain supply chain fluidity. A partial return to the Suez route initiates changes in equipment flows within the logistics network. This reversal of equipment flows is not instantaneous, requiring a period of adjustment. A paradox emerges where transit times for some cargo may decrease. Simultaneously, the overall network reliability declines due to ongoing reconfiguration. This highlights the complex interplay between route changes and system stability. Port operations involve precise scheduling of labor, cranes, and yard space. This scheduling is based on anticipated vessel arrivals to ensure efficiency. A sudden tightening of arrival patterns can disrupt this careful planning. This occurs when ships arrive closer together, often after shortening their routes. Such concentrated arrivals lead to a phenomenon known as bunching, causing operational challenges. The compression of arrival times can create artificial peaks in port activity. This can lead to congestion, even if the route itself is safer. Terminals may not be able to flex quickly enough to handle these peaks. This inflexibility contributes to operational bottlenecks and delays. Normalization efforts for the Suez route often encounter failures. This issue stems from a misalignment of incentives among stakeholders. Those who determine the return or benefits are distinct. They are not always the same entities who bear the greatest costs. Significant costs are incurred when adverse events or disruptions occur. Carriers face complex decisions beyond basic logistics like distance and fuel costs. Schedule integrity is a critical factor, ensuring timely and reliable delivery of goods. Insurance expenses significantly impact operational budgets and risk management strategies. Crew safety is paramount, influencing training, equipment, and operational protocols. Reputational risk is a major consideration, as public perception affects business viability. A single incident can lead to severe operational repercussions, highlighting the need for careful planning. Carriers strategically assess pricing power when determining freight rates. When ships are forced to detour, the available shipping capacity in the market decreases. This reduction in capacity typically leads to an increase in freight rates due to higher demand. Conversely, When ships return to their regular routes, effective shipping capacity expands. An increase in available capacity generally results in a softening or decrease in freight rates. The global shipping system benefits from the shorter Suez Canal route. This creates an inherent conflict for individual shipping firms. Individual firms may not favor the market impact of many carriers returning simultaneously. Such a return could disrupt market stability and profitability for individual companies. Insurance does not demand absolute certainty regarding future events. Instead, it relies on the ability to predict and price risk effectively. This predictability allows for the establishment of stable premium rates. However, in unstable environments, premium pricing becomes highly fragile. Underwriters must then account for unpredictable tail events. These events deviate significantly from stable, historical patterns, complicating risk assessment. Even when insurance premiums decrease, contract terms may remain stringent. These stringent terms often include specific exclusions, limiting coverage. Higher deductibles can also be part of these strict contract conditions. In some cases, strict security requirements are mandated for coverage. Rigorous approvals for voyages or specific activities may also be required. These conditions reflect persistent risk perceptions within the insurance market. Financiers and cargo owners prioritize avoiding preventable risks in their operations. Large shippers with annual contracts are particularly judged internally on risk mitigation. Legal and risk teams often veto routes like Suez until sustained calm is observed. This cautious approach reflects a strong emphasis on corporate risk management. Shippers adopt a cautious approach, leading to a split market in cargo movement. This market division occurs when some cargo utilizes the Suez Canal route. Cargo moving through Suez often consists of lower value goods initially. Simultaneously, other cargo continues to use alternative, longer shipping routes. This dual routing prevents a unified return to normal shipping patterns and market stability. Seafarers, as individuals, may demand hazard pay for routes perceived as high threat. This perception of risk can also lead to staffing resistance for certain voyages. Maritime unions may further amplify these demands, pushing for increased compensation or safety measures. Therefore, the perception of risk among seafarers translates into a tangible operational cost for shipping. The Red Sea corridor is a critical maritime route with significant geopolitical importance. This region is characterized by multiple overlapping conflicts and rivalries among various actors. Naval operations are often deployed with the intention of mitigating existing risks and ensuring stability. However, these operations can inadvertently lead to new frictions and escalate regional tensions. A single strike or act of retaliation in a region can dramatically alter the risk landscape. Such events can escalate rapidly, exceeding the adaptive capacity of existing shipping schedules. This highlights the inherent fragility of predictability in volatile geopolitical environments. Even minor miscalculations can lead to significant and swift changes in regional stability. True normalization extends beyond mere violence reduction, encompassing durable predictability. This predictability is crucial for long-term stability across various frameworks. It involves establishing consistent security measures to prevent disruptions. Reliable insurance frameworks are essential to mitigate financial risks and uncertainties. Robust policy frameworks provide a stable and predictable operational environment for the route. The Suez Canal's primary function in the global economy is to provide certainty in shipping routes. Its value extends beyond mere speed, offering a reliable passage for international trade. When treated as a stable, predictable conduit, the canal normalizes its economic role. This normalization occurs when its operation is no longer perceived as a gamble, but as a constant. A return to shorter shipping routes, such as the Suez Canal, can unexpectedly impact freight economics. When transit times decrease, the effective shipping capacity within the global fleet increases. This surge in available capacity can lead to a downward pressure on freight rates. Lower freight rates directly squeeze the financial margins of shipping carriers. This effect is exacerbated in an environment where there is already an existing overcapacity in the shipping market. Shipping carriers face significant challenges, including squeezed profit margin. To counter this, carriers may implement blank sailings, canceling scheduled port calls. Another strategy involves idling ships, temporarily removing them from active service. Carriers also reshuffle alliances and adjust shipping loops to optimize routes and capacity. They adopt more aggressive stances in contract negotiations to secure favorable terms. These collective actions can lead to increased market turbulence and instability within the shipping industry. The most probable scenario for the Suez Canal involves a partial and fragile return to normalcy. Shipping carriers are expected to maintain robust contingency plans for potential disruptions. Insurance providers will gradually begin to soften their pricing structures. Freight rates are projected to drift lower, indicating a decrease in shipping costs. However, this decrease will be accompanied by ongoing volatility in the market. Schedule reliability for shipments will remain uneven, posing challenges for logistics.